Welcome to the X-RL7 2025 Q&A video. I am Mike of X-RL7. Thank you so much for joining us and for sending in your questions, which we're going to tackle right here, right now. And just to address the kind of pixelated elephant in the room, it's been a while since the last episode 27. The next episode is underway. It's been a while because it's quite a long-ass episode, and some of the files took a while to trickle in. But now they're here, and we're going to get it done. So to answer the questions today is myself, and we've got Roggers, Lee, and remotely Mikey Ultrared.
Insectoid says, Alfie, are you single? And can I get an autograph?
I don't think me personally is qualified to answer that, but I'll tell you who is. The man himself, Alfie Krakowski. So, you want to know my relationship status, do you? Bit personal, innit? I'm too much man for one person, and that's all you're gonna find out, unless you're lucky. Pubstar asks, what has been your favourite episode?
My favourite episode is probably episode 16 with Ghost XD. It's got some really interesting animation and visual things going on. And also working with Brett of Bristali is really awesome.
What do you say we settle this on the stage?
I've probably got a few, but the one that stands out the most would be episode 12, the fashion show. I love the Duke song in it.
So you want the prize?
The lyrics have so much meaning behind his ethos and message that he's trying to put out there. If you read between the lines, you know what he's getting at. No one messes with the Duke.
My favourite episode is an episode called Feel the Beats, and it has the Duke meeting with
Kid K Beats,
and they're talking about
Kid K
his new material, and it's my favourite time because the Duke gets to show his very sinister side.
You don't want to get on my bad side.
And a very sinister side of Duke Incorporated, where he uses the mind control and shows you just how manipulative and coercive he can be.
It could be loads of episodes. The one that comes to mind first, though, is a more recent episode, which is episode 27, which has a really epic fight scene in it, which is juxtaposed with a really nice song, and I'm a big fan of that.
This one's from Jay. Do you have a favourite quote as your main characters, and can you say it as your character?
For Omega, I quite enjoy the lines where he proclaims that he's not a robot.
I am not a robot. Uh-oh.
For PJ, I don't really have a favourite, but one memorable line that comes to mind is where the episode with Rob Kersey of Psycho Stick, where his character is influencing Alfie, affecting Alfie's sobriety. And Alfie's become a bit out of control, and PJ lectures him about getting his stuff together. And he says something along the lines of, stand your ground. Something about standing up for yourself. And then just a few seconds later, his girlfriend Tina pops in.
Don't be so easily led.
Come on, let's go. I'm bored.
Coming, Tina.
Then turns around to Alfie and says, remember what I said about standing your ground?
Great script writing by Mike, and obviously putting Alfie's spin on it. There's a scene in episode 19 with Jack Node. I don't need to know all the sordid details about my ex. I'm not a stalker. But tell me anyway, is he seeing anyone?
Sir. Closely followed by, yes, sir. Bonus round from an early episode. Do some research! Another bonus quote is, hey, you better not be messing with no sound, man. Recent episode. Yo, Lisa, we're all out of light sticks.
I can't remember the name of the episode, but it's one of the episodes where the Duke's being interviewed before his big comeback show at the fashion event. The interviewer asks him about his lyrics, particularly lyrics that relate to his manipulation of the music industry. And I love the way the Duke's replies with, but they're only lyrics, it's just a song, darling. absolutely delicious.
Trust me.
Starlight says, for Roggers, what's your all-time favourite Alfie line?
Contrary to what you might have heard, my all-time favourite Alfie line is BJ, no! This one's from Raz. Your characters have been nominated for a WWE-style tournament. Whose character do you think will win overall?
So what do you think about the WWE?
I'll tell you what I think, brother!
Yeah, 90s. Like, we've seen Smith beat someone up. We've seen Alfie try to beat someone up. He was a bit intoxicated. We saw Omega and a Duke punch inanimate objects.
But with ferocity.
WWE, wrestling, Alfie. Alfie. Today, tomorrow, and every day in the future, Alfie will win a wrestling contest with all the characters.
I don't really have a player in the game, to be fair. I don't think it'd be Alfie.
He's more of a manager.
Oh, well, he is more... Yeah, Alfie is a manager, so he could be a manager for one of the wrestlers. But also, I think he kind of... His eyes would be turned by all the greasy men, to be fair.
I imagine him as well having like the bullhorn megaphone like Jimmy Hart. I've got a deep cut choice.
Let's have it.
Roy. But think about it, right? He's pushing boxes around all day, every day.
Yes.
He's tough. He's got that kind of wrestler look. He's got the long hair and he wears a headband. Like, you know, I mean, he made the odd accident. He drops things.
It's true.
Roy. Anyone remember Roy?
Roy! No! Not there!
In ring name, Destroy.
Oh,
Oh.
1, 2, 3. I reckon, because this may shock people, but wrestling ain't real. It's scripted, right? So whoever's in charge gets to choose who wins. So it's probably going to be the Duke in charge, right? Unless you do a Hulk Hogan and be like, nah, doesn't work for me. I'll keep the belt.
Mr. Krabs asked, who's your favourite XRL7 characters?
I won't choose. That's my answer.
My favourite character is the obvious one, which is Smith, because he is, I don't know, he's got this mysterious air around him. I feel like I've said this before, but like I wonder like what does he do after work? Like what is like, does he go home and watch reality TV? Does he watch romantic dramas? What does he do when he goes home? Does he go home? Is he a robot? We'll never know.
My favourite XRL7 character is 100% my trusty sidekick, Smith. Absolutely love his coolness, how calm he is. He's collected. Guy knows what he's about. He knows what the Duke is about. And he's a brilliant contrast to the Duke's crazy energy. I love Smith.
And turn up the bubbles on this thing.
But sir, it's on maximum bubbles already.
Do as I command.
So, who do you think my favourite character is? Throw you a curveball. His actual name is Marcus D. Vandenberg. That's right. The fashion designer, the pretentious one.
Marcus.
The guy that doesn't know what he wants, but knows what he wants at the same time. And he's just a knob.
I need more passion. And you? Yeah, you. Less passion.
This one's from Jay. What's been the most unique character you've had the joy to voice?
So yeah, I'm in the kind of unique position where I don't even know how many characters I've voiced.
5.
It's been 5. I have voiced more than 5 characters, and one of the first that comes to mind is the robot that's part of the Hit Machine songwriting team that comes in an episode number that escapes me. 22. It could have been 4. It was. Yeah, he comes. It comes in as part of a songwriting team, and yeah, it was just a really unique experience to record. Like I was completely alone in my house, just recording bleeps and all these weird lip trills. Speaking of Cyanide 6, one of my other highlights is Ortiz, who just it's a really stereotypical Mexican accent, which is then pitch shifted down, and yeah, he's just fun. He's got a lot of funny lines. Mr. Krabs also asks, is the Duke single?
Interesting. I can't imagine someone like the Duke would have room in his life for anyone other than himself. I think he'd be a little bit too in love with himself and wrapped up in what he's doing to give anyone else enough of his time.
Luna X's right boob, aka Corey, asks, what's a song you think should be turned into a full-length music video with professional visuals and all?
My pick for this would be the song Plastic People, because it doesn't actually have any animation for it in the lyric video, because the song is intended to be released and from a future date from when the episode 22, actually came out. So Plastic People, riff.
So the first one that comes to mind for me is Gatekeeper, because why not? It's epic. And like, if you, like, when I think about it, I imagine this really slick, high concept, high budget video with tons of extras, and just like imagine the most apocalyptic rave that, like, as it kicks in. Yeah, there's two other songs. One is Control and Virtuous as well, and that's more of a selfish thing because I helped do some of the programming on that. Those, and they just deserve a video, don't you think?
The Show featuring Blue Starly. Such a great song, and it needs proper full-on video. The other one, Heart Shaped Pearl, featuring Lauren Babbitt. This one's from Sage. My question is, will we get more pixel baddies?
I'd love to have more pixel baddies. Baddies have more fun. Program is an amazing character, the Duke, Luna X. There's lots of cool sort of baddies in the X-RL7 world, and I would count on having some more, yes. If I can find more musicians that are willing to go to that dark side of the pixel sphere, then yeah, absolutely. So there will be more pixel baddies at some point. Part 2 coming soon. Thank you so much for your questions. Please do like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And big shout out to our awesome Patreons: Raz, Elodia, Toxic Manflu, Frog Maiden, Leonard L, Musical Maniac, Destra and Melody. Thank you so much.